Howdy, this is First Congregational Church of Wilmette Confirmation class. We're here with Eileen with an exclusive, in-depth, one-on-one interview. Let's start it off here. Eileen, what was church like for you growing up? Well, first of all, where did you grow up?
I grew up in Portland, Oregon.
Portland, Oregon, out by the Pacific Ocean there.
Yes.
Yeah, it's right above California. So what was church like for you growing up in Portland, Oregon?
Church for me was many times a week because I went to an Episcopal school and I went to a Lutheran church. And I disliked it a great deal because I felt oftentimes insulted, confused, and like I was not allowed to ask questions.
Interesting. Now, those feelings, have they continued while you were growing up in the church?
I left church when I was in high school after hearing a bunch of sermons after some classmates died where the pastors would say that this was God's will that these kids froze to death. And I thought, you're a horrible person. I want nothing to do with this organization ever again. So I left the church for about 12 years. And when I was in my late 20s, something started to change and I came back to church.
Now, you said that something started to change. What was that change that occurred in your life that brought this reoccurrence of the church back into your life?
I started meeting people who said they were Christian and did not say awful, hateful things. And I thought, oh, maybe I was wrong.
Now let's go in depth here. Do you remember these people? Now, I've had people like that who have changed my life. Tim Tebow, for example, very great man. How about you? Who are these people that, really revolved your life from this hateful, revolved your perception of from these hateful people to these welcoming people that, made you want to get re-involved with the church?
Well, there were the students that I was teaching at the University of Illinois who shared their faith with me, and my best friend in graduate school, her name was Lee St. Louis. She became a Catholic in her 30s, which I thought was insane, but kind of interesting. And then it turned out my mom was a good Christian all along, and I just hadn't noticed. And then people that I worked in community organizing with, turned out they were pretty right on too. So no one famous, but great people.
All right. So, you talk about you brought church back to your life. So what does church mean to you now? Right now, in the 21st century?
Well, it's my vocation since I'm training to be a pastor, so it's my full-time job and my life, but it's my life because it gives me great hope, and it gives me joy, and it gives me a sense that we may actually recover this world.
Now, this is just a fascinating story here. We got this person who gave up on church, bringing it back, she's becoming a pastor. Tell me, what is learning to be a pastor like for your life, considering your past?
It is redemptive, and by what that means is that the old feelings I have, I'm able to let go of, so I don't have to hang on to them anymore, and I can find new and good feelings. It's probably the most intense experience that I've ever had in my life, in the best way.
It's a great story. Eileen, Gebbie, thank you for joining us here, FCCW Confirmation class. Come back later. Thank you.